Only kidding.
Okay.
Really, just a huge happiness on my part for how things went, especially at the end, turning around very quickly, accurately, showing me things that I didn't know on work that came out. Very impressive work from everybody, and I appreciate it, really.
Thank you so much, Martin.
Thank you on behalf of the entire team. And I think I will just, it's a pleasure to have you, first of all. We have a little bit of things planned. So I'll just, without doing much delay, everybody wants to actually meet you, hear from you. So I'll let Himani, who's been our team member, to start by just welcoming you officially.
Yeah. So, hello, Martin.
Hello.
On behalf of entire Cloud IT team, it's my honor and privilege to welcome you here. We are actually thrilled to have you share your expertise, insights, and experiences with us today. We have already heard a lot about you, but I would like to take this opportunity to introduce you to the team here. So, team members, please meet Martin. If I have to give one line for Martin, he is a top-notch CPA and attorney, and he is joining us as a CEO of Mergers and Acquisition. Let me give you a little bit about Martin. So he is CPA and attorney at law and located in Secaucus, New Jersey. He is an expert in all areas of accounting, taxes, consulting, and business services. After 17 years of remarkable experience of working in a CPA firm, Martin decided to establish his own practice, which is Martin D. Eisenstein, CPA and attorney at law, with the goal to render family office type boutique services to advise clients on operating business, valuation and improvement, investment, risk, legal and accounting issues. He specializes in tax strategy planning, tax return preparation, personal wealth maximization, cloud accounting and advisory, business marketing strategies, and estate and legacy planning. I must say it's a lot.
Yeah.
When he's not talking about work, he would love to talk about chess, contract bridge, personal knowledge management, aquatic excise regime, or the Beatles. So thank you so much, Martin, for taking out the time out of your busy schedule to be here with us today. And now I would like to request Sam sir to please share your thoughts with us.
I take my breath back. So a big round of applause for Martin for,
Yes.
he's being so kind enough to actually guide Cloud IT and join us as the COO Director, Merger Acquisitions. Martin, honestly speaking, I was feeling nervous. So I told one of my, team members to give me a script because I'm not sure what I'm going to say, but I'll take a bit of that. And as soon as I get back into the tempo, I'll like to speak my heart. So a mentor empowers a person to see a possible future and really believe this can be attained. Or honestly speaking, is like, this is, something to believing in yourself and going that path. And Martin, you have been one of the person who has always believed in us and made us believe in the future. So this is an amazing, I would say, as always, if I look back to my journey, and I've been so kind to God for getting these opportunities to work with such big, mentors, wonderful people, great personalities, like one yourself, Daniel there, my team, entire team. Today, our mentor is, I tell you one thing, guys, that his presence symbolizes the essence of like a knowledge, like he is an institute himself. So Martin is like, you go in there, work with him, you come out from an institution. I would like to just share a couple of my memories with Martin long back. So usually I think when we grow up, our elders, our well-wishers, the first thing they help you is to run over your fears, fight your fears. Because we all have something in us. It's just that fear, a little fear, that we always take a step back. When you get to work with people like Martin and mentors like him, the fear, they teach you how to fight your fear, come out of that. I remember when we were starting, the different plans, how we will do, what we will do, how we will deliver. Every point in time, Martin said, hey, listen, Sam, I'm here. You start this, we'll take it forward. Andrew had no idea, what is he even saying? A lot of the time, there just one call from Martin and saying, we have this new client, we have this new project, and I want your team to deliver this way, be it a tax or be it any accounting challenges. And we used to come back and think, he told us we will, but I have no idea how am I going to do this. But he continued to have this belief. And today Martin says that it worked. And surprising, if it worked, Martin, it worked because of you. I had, read somewhere the self-esteem starts growing from an age of 7 and persists till the age of 14. And that is why it's so important as in bringing up that, that your self-esteem is growing. But when you have personalities like you around, I think the self-esteem is so perpetual. It never dies. It continues to grow. It continues to evolve. It continues to, take it to a next level. So I just can't, thank you for keeping that self-esteem, life in me, even at this age, almost, 28 years or whatever that is, by when it should have died. So thank you. Obviously I don't have words to thank you for this. And today we have a great attorney here. So a little in the language of law, there was a case study, Martin, I don't know if I'd seen it a movie or I'd read it somewhere. So there was a kind of, dispute between the parent and the girlfriend or the wife. I think there was a medical decision to be taken. And the judge turned the case in favor of the wife, stating the reason that parent knows him best as a child. The woman knows best as a man. So I think you today, Daniel, Chris, or every new partner, they are going to take the man out of the cloud IT. Me and Andrew have been parenting whatever we did. Trust me, whatever influence we tried to give it to them, they have picked up. I can assure you they have picked up the wrong one. But I'm going to hand you over all these children here. And I'm sure under your guidance, they're going to, just as I said, like on that law, such a wonderful analogy and perspective of getting that, man coming out of that. So no, I am obviously lacking a lot of words, but thank you very much. Without any further delay, I would like to, extend my warm welcome to you. Your presence here is the power of mentorship, and we are eager to share this enriching experience with you. Thank you for your gracious presence and the way forward in terms of, the guidance and the wisdom that we look forward to learn from you. Lastly, very nicely, this has been written here. The best way a mentor can prepare another leader is to expose them to great personalities, which is in true sense, this merger and acquisition vertical led by you is going to, function at a different level. So it's space to function in that level. So thank you. Well, you just helped me fight my fear. Unfortunately, I broke it on you. So I came back and asking you, would you like to, join Cloud IT? So that was the biggest fear made me really fight this, because to even ask you for something like this, it is beyond a dream and imagination. I know, your experience, and Daniel's and Chris, Steve, nobody is coming here for the commercial aspect. They all are coming in for a different altogether, taking this journey, this experience, building a brand, leaving this kind of experience. And I think when I'm going to retire, the rest of my life, I'll carry on with these memories. And such a sweet memory, such a wonderful thing. So thank you very much. I'm with step by step, I'm handing over Cloud IT to all the partners. In India, what we do is, like, the respect we show is folding hands and requesting you to take upon. I requested Martin, you guys, that please give this 14 months at least that we need. We want to really work hard, keep no stone unturned, and we'll definitely we'll work in that direction so that we can cope up to your expectations. So once again, this is now yours. I would like to also request Daniel to extend a welcome to you as a partner in Cloud IT to another partner. And I think the excitement begins from here. So thank you very much. Once again, please, if all of can unmute and give a big clap to Martin for this joining here. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Daniel, why would you like to just please add a few lines there?
Sure. Martin, Sam has told me a lot about you. We have regular conversations every week, and we're really excited to bring you on board, or to be part of this. I'm joining at the same time that you are. So I think that Sam's doing the right thing, which is just building a team of really good people. He's already got a team of great people with everybody at Cloud IT, but just bringing in the right pieces to really take care of every aspect that a business needs to really get it to the next level. Just to tell you a little bit about myself, because I think this is the first time that we really meet. I do some of the stuff that you do. I'm not an attorney, but I'm really excited about the M&A aspect of growth. And I really look forward to working with you. And it's going to be good to have somebody else to bounce ideas off of, and with Sam. And I've seen Sam grow tremendously. I mean, when he told me kind of recently that he had 130 people, I was it made my day to see how much he's grown, and how the success that he's had with Cloud IT. And he really believes in his people, and just growing organically, and with just good strong values. So I'm excited to be part of this, and I'm excited to meet you as well.
Thank you, Dan.
Sure. Thank you so much. Thank you. So we would like to hear from you.
Yes.
All our ears, all our attention.
Well, I'm delighted to be here. I'm enormously humbled by what you said, Sam, what you said, Daniel, seeing all of you here. I feel blessed. We have an opportunity here, all of us, that we should not lose sight of. Just keep it in our minds. We have the opportunity to become a global professional services firm of excellence that can compete in any market, render any service, and really do a lot of good for ourselves and for clients. This opportunity comes from the globalization of the world, and the acceptance of remote services, and the current environment in which it's just accepted that people are thousands of miles away, but they work together as a team to accomplish purposes. And we're also going out into a marketplace for mergers and acquisitions, which has a tremendous amount of opportunity. And that opportunity comes from different directions. The first direction is that we have the ability to service in the mergers and acquisitions field buyers, sellers, brokers, large companies, small one-person operations, anybody who's got a business. We have the opportunity to service in a transaction in due diligence, evaluating the companies, help pricing the companies, finding buyers and sellers, being active in the marketplace. And every company that's bought and sold has different aspects. It's got its core businesses in which it makes offers and receives revenue. It's got its administration and back office. It's got a whole marketing and branding apparatus. It's got human resource issues in terms of people. It's got tax issues globally. It has all of which affect the value of a company. If there is a deficiency in a company, it could affect the value. A company with a solid administrative system and good records could be worth 10 million. A company that is a shambles in that department is unsaleable. So the work that we do translates into tens of millions of dollars. And the fact that Sam has 130 people, the fact that Sam could, on a job, probably with contacts around the world, staff a job 2 or 3 times that size, the fact that we're here in the US and Chris and Daniel and I each have the contacts to be able to assemble a team if necessary, means that there's nothing stopping us from support in a merger between 2 very large companies where we're called upon to evaluate 30 separate franchise locations. We can staff it, we can do it, we can organize it, and we can keep track of it efficiently. And we can make a profit and we can deliver huge value. We really are here to see how we can help people. We're not here to sell our services. We're here to develop our services. We're here to make them better. We're here to find people who need our services and present our services to them where we think it will benefit them. If we do that, then there's no sales effort, there's no pressure, there's all you're really doing is helping people. And if you open your eyes and listen and ask somebody, what is your problem? They'll tell you what their problem is. And whatever's bothering somebody usually is a big problem that they can't solve, that there is huge value in solving. Because if that wasn't the case, it would have been solved already, especially with many business people. So we have the opportunity to go in and do financial due diligence. Are the books in order? We have the opportunity to do legal due diligence. Have all the papers been filed appropriately in all locations? We have the opportunity to look at jurisdiction questions. Europe, the United States, South Asia, different rules, different laws, put a team together. But where mergers and acquisitions to me is special is that what I do is, I have had a long career in accounting and law. I've been blessed. I've been blessed to be able to be a practicing lawyer and a practicing CPA, and also have work in investment advising and technology and other things. I have a hunger to know. I have a hunger to find out facts. The more I know, the more valuable I am. So in mergers and acquisitions, there's always someone who knows more about you or who's an expert. I know about business valuation. I know people who know much more than me about business valuation, and I couldn't begin to value a $30 million company, and they have command of that. But in a room with that person, that person doesn't know what's going on in bookkeeping. That person doesn't know what's going on in revenue segmentation. That person may not understand quality of revenue, what the top line means, and all of these other things that fall into place. And with this team, anything that I don't know or you don't know, your teammate knows, or there are people that we can, find and bring in. So the opportunity to do work on behalf of clients, the opportunity to participate in the marketplace, and to service people is one that I want to explore. And I've been giving a lot of thought to what exactly are the ways that we can find valuable services out in the marketplace, both standard ones that we know about and ones that we don't, and grow them. So it's a huge opportunity for me to work with Sam, to work with Daniel, to work with Chris, to work with Steve, because I'm one person, yet I'm connected in so many ways, that I'm really not alone. And that's the one thing that I didn't mention about the benefits of how we've evolved in remote work and globalization. And that's teamwork. Teamwork is different than it was when you got together and you sat in a room. Teamwork is pervasive. Teamwork is always. Teamwork is more efficient remotely than it was before. You sat in a conference room and looked at a board, but when we can sit in a conference room and look at a board in 5 seconds and look at any document amongst 100 people and switch and load, and there's nothing stopping us from developing that kind of expertise. Now, when Sam introduced me, he talked about personal knowledge management. That's a hobby of mine, but it's really part of what I do at work. Personal knowledge management just means when you learn something interesting, to find a way to store it away so that when you need it again, you can find it. And it also means that when you find something interesting and you find a second thing that's interesting, and you put the two together in a database or sheet, all of a sudden you get an insight from seeing the two things together that you wouldn't have had if you didn't write them both down in a notebook or on a document. So we have the opportunity to build a company knowledge base, experiences in different industries, ratios, behaviors that we've seen, things in terms of growing an ability in a company that could put our value significantly above anybody else's because of a little innovation. So I'm going to continue to explore what this means in terms of potential for me, for you, for us. And I'm excited by where we can go and what we can bring to each other. So thank you so much. And I look forward to working with you guys. And, I'm here to answer any questions now or at any time and share my own experience.
Sure, Martin, we won't let you go without, answering a few questions of ours. Now that we have this opportunity. So I have a few questions. I think already you shared about your vision of working with cloud IT in the coming year. So, before going to the second, I would actually continue on the third question, which is where do you see? So already you've given us your vision of where you see working with cloud IT. So what is the relevance of back office in whatever you said? So you're gonna, explore things in the area of mergers and acquisition. But where do you see our role, or as a back office, what do you want us to position ourselves to when you are going to explore those opportunities? What do you think about that? So that we would like to know from you.
Well, look, I think the key thing is that you're part of my team. You're a key part of my team.
Yeah.
To the extent that you're working directly with my organization, you're going to be a teammate in my systems. To the extent that I work with your organization, I'm not Martin at Eisenstein.com. I'm Martin at Cloud IT. I'm part of yours. So it's not, it becomes less of an issue of back office and part of a circular office in which we're all working together. Yes, there's an administrative staff in any company that handles the data work and the other work that's involved in the key business systems, but we do it all together. So when I approach what I intend to be doing with Cloud IT, I see work that I do with my own CPA and legal practice is really just prototypes, like testing environments, sandboxes, where I'll try an offer or a way of handling something. But it's the activity of all of us working together. The one thing that I wanted to go over with you and hadn't is that I am a specialist in mergers and acquisitions in the micro to small space. In other words, the larger space is 3 million and up. And if we want to talk about accounting firms and professional firms, that's the level that we're talking about. But smaller firms, accountants who are getting on in years, who have always done it on paper, that accountant to be taken from the beginning, where the client sent organizers and they wrote on them, to the modern age where they'd fill out an organizer on their phone and put their data in, and that because your digital systems are so sharp, the client ends up doing half of the work. These kinds of like sea changes in accounting are part of the mergers and acquisitions game. We form relationships with hedge funds that want to buy up these small accounting firms because they have hundreds of clients they want to market to, but the work being done isn't profitable because it's done on paper or old style. You teach firms how to do it, and take it one step further. On behalf of the hedge fund buying the firm, you execute the transition for them. Now you're talking about a value add of tens of thousands of dollars for that program that you're executing for somebody who's buying. They may be buying like a $300,000 or $400,000 practice, and they'll pay you $25,000 to transition it, because that makes that practice profitable for the next 5 years, far in the amount that they pay you. So we have service opportunities, and we have the opportunities to be a driving force in this country and in other countries where the accounting, small micro business is populated by people who are aging out and looking to transition and don't have saleable businesses because their businesses aren't run properly. And we can efficiently change that. So I want to focus on revenue generation in that space as well. But it's really just a question of getting us top of mind with people who are looking to buy, sell, or have questions on this. And there's a marketing program we can engage in for appearances and other things. My job is to get it out there that we're doing this and we're doing it well. And it's also my job, like everybody else's, to make sure that we do it well.
Right.
Thank you.
So, continuing, if you see us on a scale of 1 to 10, where do you think that we have the potential to scale? I'm sure it's too early to, once we dive in, it will be a better picture. But if you've already researched so much, it seems. So where do you think that we have a potential of, in a scale of 1 to 10?
Well, I think it's fair to call us 8. We've all done a lot. We built a base. The company has excellent. But more important for us to realize we have to keep striving to be better, not because we're ever going to get there, but because the journey is fun, and the more you work at it, the better you get. And hour 8 is better than a lot of organizations 10.5. They
Yeah.
just can't ever, and look, I say this before. I learned a lot from working with you guys. I learned a lot from your systems. I learned a lot from how you've solved the problems that I've been trying to solve. And we've gotten, we've done huge advances. There's one layer of scalability, 2 layers of scalability that we still have to get to, that no one has gotten to, that if we get to, we can increase our profitability and effectiveness by 5 or 10 times. So
Right.
when we get there, we'll all be sitting on big piles of gold talking about how we hit 10. So that's the journey.
Absolutely. So on the so this was about the due diligence. As you said, it has several factors. One is accounting due diligence, one may be legal due diligence. I'm sure there are a lot of things we can do in tax also. So on tax front, I think Melita, we have a few questions, maybe not related to the due diligence, but yes, I think your tax team would like to know a few things about that.
Yes. Hi, Martin. It's a
Hello.
really hi. It's a really a great pleasure having you here with us today. And it has really been great working closely with you. So thanks a lot for that. So yes, our question to you related to tax is how do you communicate about the tax return and also ensure that the clients understand the implications of their tax filings? So if you can just help us with that.
Yeah. So there's a couple of aspects of that. First, let's talk about it with the client experience of a firm, and then we'll talk about taxes and due diligence. The clients want 2 things. They want to pay as little tax as possible, 0 if they could, and they want to know that they're not going to get in trouble for whatever they're doing on taxes. But they don't want their taxes done like to get their taxes done, like going up to pick up a carton of milk. It's more important than that. They want to save money on their taxes. They want to be asked, what can I do to reduce my tax bill? When a client comes to me and says, how did I do on my taxes? I don't say you're getting a $2,000 refund or you owe $2,000. I say last year your tax return showed you paid $17,000 of tax, and I'm going to tell you again, if you worked with me to try to strategize, you probably would pay a lot less. So taxes are important, and what a firm like Cloud IT can do to distinguish themselves from others is not only just have expertise in tax preparation, but also in tax planning. Intuit now has an Intuit tax advisor that has formalized the process, but there are tens of millions of Americans who don't know what you can do renting out your house, hiring your children, etc. So in every jurisdiction that we work, United States or otherwise, we have to be experts on how people can save money, not just how they file their tax returns accurately. So I would like the people at Cloud IT to be able to prepare tax proposals and tax plans, not just compliance returns. It's a skill that, as a back office for accountants and financial advisors who want to save their clients money, it's a high value added skill. You have somebody who knows how to do that, and then the per hour or per month fee for that person rises significantly from a standard commodity bookkeeper. So that's that part of it, and I look forward to exploring that. We're working to develop that on our end in the prototype department, and we'll talk more about that. But mergers and acquisitions, when I talked about due diligence and financial due diligence, there's a whole area of tax due diligence that we
Right.
can systemize and offer on behalf of people. You know,
Absolutely.
when was the last time someone took a solid look at everything that a company sold from a product or service standpoint and really determined whether it was taxable or not in all of the jurisdictions it sold in? Boy, you can bet that the hedge fund that buys your business is going to look at that, because they don't want to buy somebody who didn't realize that they failed to collect sales tax on $38 million of sales in the last 3 years. And it happens more often than you would believe, because there's complacency sometimes when the accounting firm or the professional firm does it year after year. So we can run programs that say, have you taken a look lately at whether you have any bombs? And, you know, and we have 130 people that have the ability to look at anything. There's lots of things you can do out there in due diligence from a tax standpoint to stimulate business for the company.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I think mergers being the most, I would say, effective or one of the most sought after tax planning when it comes to big or bigger organizations, or I would say hedge funds, where normal tax planning is at one place. However, when you are into M&A and everything, there is a lot more due diligence and a lot more tax planning, as well as you can save a lot more taxes, is what I think.
Yes, yes. There's strategies like the research development and exploration credit, which is on the cutting edge today, and how very often there are tax savings or advantages for setting up 2 or 3 different companies and how they're
Yes.
structured. And to
Yeah.
the extent we can offer a turnkey service for getting
Right.
that done wherever it needs to be done, it's another profit center for cloud IT.
Great.
Right.
Thank you so much for all the insights. You know, Martin, while you were just explaining all of this, I'm so happy that after a long time, I can switch off my top place. Let's switch off now thinking, because now I have all the partners to do this. So I can just, feel relaxed to follow, because it's amazing. Because it's been many years, a few years, me and Andrew has been, working, thinking what's, and you have always appreciated. I've learned always a lot from you. Daniel has been like my kind of first client there and friend. We have been knowing a long time. So now it seems like I can take a little I would say retirement in that sense, taking a little, ease off at the work, because now the bigger brains, the bigger thoughts, the bigger visions are automatically into work. And so on the fun side, I tell you, we were just talking, me and the team, Andrew, that 1 year from now, what we are seeing, that all the partners are here in India, and we have planned a very big, kind of retreat, which I'm sure this 130 gets into a lot of compounding effect. And then, we have this opportunity to take it into a blast when a face-to-face, we are having some real with, I have the partners with the families coming along and all my team members in one place. So it's kind of a goosebump, as we say, but thankfully, I can't be more thankful to God. Like whenever we have thought something, so far, keeping my fingers crossed, it had somehow found its way, making it a reality. How it happened so, where it came from, who helped, who blessed, I have no idea. But there was somebody, always in faces like you and everybody else from the team, be it from the client, be it from the mentor. Once again, I look up to that. The heart was beating that day. The heart is still beating today. And I'm just looking forward to this kind of, the next level where we genuinely, we are experiencing it in a very different dimension. And I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Daniel, let's
unmute
Yeah,
here.
let's get our seatbelt tightened, you know.
No, let me tell you. I've got a million. I was taking a couple of notes, and I've got a lot of ideas that I would love to work with Martin on, especially with the tax planning. I'm a certified tax coach. A big chunk of what I do is tax planning, and
Mm.
I think that there's really a big market for that. So I'm getting excited to
Yes, I
just
know.
brainstorm and
You
just
you
get the
are
process of it. Yeah.
Well,
this is going to take, yeah, sorry. Yes, sir, please.
I'm just going to give you a little tease to the process next year that we're gonna follow. It's clear to me that what we really want to do when we prepare tax returns is talk to clients about how they can do better. So our tax preparation process next year is going to be directed to that. So not only are we going to prepare the tax return when we prepare the return, and by the way, we're going to explain to clients they have to give us time leads and none of this dumping stuff off right at the last minute. Just a reasonable period of time, because we're also going to prepare a tax proposal to save taxes for every tax return that we prepare. It doesn't cost any money to do it. It develops your expertise. And now you have an opportunity when you do a tax return to actually at the same time upsell the client to a better for us and better for them package of tax services. You can convert an $800 tax return to a $200 a month year-round relationship when there's planning and other services involved. So we'll talk about that. Every opportunity to do something professionally for the client that we thought of as compliance is really an opportunity to say, hey, this is something you may not have known about. This is an advantage for you, and here's something else you can do. And we don't sell these things. What we do is we make the service available to the clients to whom it benefits. They select, and everybody ends up being happy. So
And you know, Martin, one thing I would really request you to bring along the FP&A team in Cloud IT, which is, you know, very experienced but very young in the sense that we just started to get this get it dissolved with this tax planning process, because I think a right tax planning goes with a very equated financial planning and analysis as a kind of vertical. So this is, I'm very much looking forward to you in particular to you know, shape this which is the going to be the world you know which is going to be the future, you know, in finance and accounting, which is we call advisory, because it's been many years, as you said, with the complacencies, and you know, people have been moving more around the compliances, but now the world has changed. They're looking forward to just not compliance, but meeting the, you know, how they want to see the future.
Well, let me make a branding suggestion to you, because
Yes.
this is what I think encompasses everything that we want to do. We're not just tax experts. We're not just accountants. We don't just design revenue systems. We run the whole aspects of the business coaching, marketing. What we really are, we offer a professional business management service. And when you phrase it that way, you're there to help the clients with all aspects of running their business. If the client wants a turnkey where you handle everything, well, maybe that's 5% of revenue. If the client wants you to just handle more standard functions, then it's, you know, it's a number more around the traditional, you know, 1 to 2% level. But we haven't talked about FP&A here. FP&A is done for us, you know, in the way that the hedge fund or the venture capital or roll-up company, you know, wants these analyses done. But we can certainly say, hey, we've learned that an important metric in an accounting firm is average revenue per client, median revenue per client, average revenue per full-time employee, and this kind of thing. So the FP&A involved in an accounting firm analysis is different from one that's in a standard manufacturing or service business, which is more about headcount and job consolidation and revenue projections. But we will have the ability to do it wherever we want. What we're going to do is we're going to be a Big Four level firm without anywhere near the amount of overhead, complication, or drama.
Right.
Absolutely. So I'm sure the big 5 count is coming very soon, with the keeping placeholder for cloud IT on the big 5, and soon we'll take an. So just letting you know, and the entire team. So Andrew and Sachi was just telling that we are in the process of building our Air Force One without the parachutes. So in this space, we are going to fly for 14 months, and we are throwing away any parachutes in between. Nobody is flying down for any reason. And that's a big Air Force One without a parachute for the first time.
Yeah, but it's still day by day, job by job, where we don't have to get somewhere to be successful. We're going to travel this path. And
Yes.
I have found that when I've set goals that I didn't end up achieving, that I still had a tremendous amount of joy during the journey, and I still ended up at a place which sometimes was even better than where I thought. So
Exactly.
you
No,
can't
so it's
fail.
always said that, aim for the stars, you'll land up on the moon. That's how it is.
That's right.
Absolutely. Amazing. And so before this is not a part of this thing, I just want to share. I kind of follow a few celebrities. So I heard the other day one saying that. So it was being asked to him that, why are you so successful? So he's kind of a Tom Cruise in the US, so Tom Cruise in India, in that sense, Shah Rukh Khan. So he said that, you know what, because I really work hard. So the interviewer asked him for, with a counter question, sir, everybody works hard. So how come you are one alone so successful? And the answer was so amazing. He said, everybody works hard to get an opportunity. But after getting an opportunity, if somebody really works hard, it's me. And I think that was a real learning. So I see this as an opportunity. I was just telling the team that, hey, grab this up, because we all worked hard. So in the sense, we got this opportunity to having you, Daniel, and in the upcoming times, Chris, Steve, in the same space, within the same frame, and very soon to breathing the same air when we are meeting. So this opportunity, we worked hard, but the real hard work in the sense is coming from here, that once, the sustainability is like one who knows to work hard after they have got an opportunity. So I think, we'll seek your blessings that teach us that how we can work hard from here. That's most important.
I am blessed in that I work as hard as one could work, and I believe I work on the right things, but it's not hard for me because I enjoy it. To me, it's like child's play. I learn. To me, it's fun, and it's like a game where you can't lose. You succeed, that's great. Maybe you feed your ego, but where you don't succeed, that's where you really learn. And look, I make a lot of mistakes. I do stupid things, and I'm not perfect, and I'm okay with that. So, and my clients are told the same things. So I don't pretend to be like some omnipotent force and I know everything. I just do the best I can. I like to say that I deliver good faith advisory without warranty. So when I warrant it, I'm pretty clear about it. But otherwise, I'm going to tell you what I think, but I'm not guaranteeing it. Consider it. This is my opinion. And if somebody knows that you're going to be honest about that, like it's their interest that you have,
Yes,
even if you're wrong, they forgive you for being wrong because they didn't know either anyway.
true.
Most part.
Consulting is the best space in that case.
Yeah, amazing. Great. Thank you so much. What we have, Himani, now on
Yes, so I think Martin, we really had a great insight from you. And I'm sure the team will have endless questions, but we'll keep interacting as we grow. And we have a special vote of thanks for you today from Jasleen. who
Martin.
sent you the flowers.
Yes, and I can kind of made some surprise call at the home, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I guess majority of us were meeting Martin for the first time, but it didn't feel me for like even a single second that I'm meeting Martin for the first time. Like the insights that he shared were they completely amazed me. So with great pleasure and excitement, I, on behalf of Cloud IT family, I would say, extend a heartfelt welcome to you, Martin, who's recently joined our family and is already making waves in our organization, right, everyone? So,
Yes.
Martin, your arrival here has literally brought a wave of excitement and enthusiasm to our company. In a world, where mergers and acquisitions are like puzzle pieces, I would say, waiting to be fit together, you have stepped in like a master puzzle solver for us. So we all know that, being the head of a department as crucial as mergers and acquisition is not at all an easy feat, I would say. The decisions that you will make, the strategies that you will devise, the deals you will close will definitely have a profound impact on the future of our organization. So I know, Martin, you bring a wealth of experience and an exceptional ability to navigate this intricately. We completely trust in your abilities and we look forward to your exceptional leadership guiding us through the journey ahead. So on the behalf of Cloud IT team, I'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to you. We look forward to a successful and prosperous journey together under your capable leadership. Your presence, I would say, is not just a new chapter. It's a promise of exciting growth and unparalleled success. So once again, thank you so much, Martin, for joining us and making a positive impact from day one. We eagerly anticipate the incredible achievements and milestones that your tenure as a director of merger and acquisitions will undoubtedly bring. So come on, everyone, let's just unmute yourselves and please join me in giving Martin a warm and resounding round of applause for his new journey with our new company. Yes.
Sure.
Come on, everyone.
Thank you
you.
so much,
Thank
Jasleen. I
Thank
just
you,
got an
Martin.
alert on my phone. My heartbeat went up by 130. So with your vote of thanks, but really, that was the amazing. Yes, I think it was the voice that was was a vibration from
Unanimous.
entire
Yes.
team, sir. And we all are so fortunate, genuinely so fortunate, having
so
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you, Martin.
Thank you,
Thank you
Martin.
so much for
Thank you.
joining
Thank
us.
you. Thank you.
You all soon.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel.
Thank you.